Hello. Hey, what's up, guys? Here's another one with my comedy buddies. Now I'm sitting here with my good friend, Mr. Dakota Price.
What's up, Matt? How are you doing, bud?
Man, if I was any better, it'd be twins. Dakota comes to us by way of East Texas right now.
Yep.
For a little while, you came to us by way of California.
Yep.
And then you were back to East Texas.
Yep.
Then you were back to California.
Yep.
Just a well-traveled man. Well, apparently East Texas and California. That's all you give a shit about.
That's all. Yeah, really, honestly, haven't been to Oklahoma yet. I went up to Seattle and I did that.
Oh,
recently.
there you go. Yeah.
Did Washington. That was fun. Hey.
How long have you been doing comedy?
So now I started. It was about 4 months before we did that show at at Rose City.
Okay.
So 2 years going on 3.
Yeah.
So 2 years going on 3, and a year of that I spent in San Francisco. I did 300 mics in a year. I mean,
nice.
A lot of those book shows. By the end of it, I was doing Cobb's Comedy Club. But it's really funny. Like my first ever book show was with you and Wayne. You know, My Peacock over there at Rose City. So it's kind of a trip to be here and seeing this whole festival come together. So.
Yeah. The My Peacock thing's been a whirlwind of stuff and ideas of things that we wanted to make happen, but we have gotten to, like with you and other people like you, that we've gotten to meet and work with along the way. So it's been pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I just started Small Price Productions.
Yep.
That's my new production company. Started that with my silent partner. We're going in pretty hard. I got equipment to set up and do a show anywhere in East Texas and across the land. If you want a show and you want me to book it, hey, I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to book comedians from all over and get comedians from out, even like in California, to come out to Texas and just have fun, because I think the biggest thing that we can do is, like, in a town like this, or like a town like where I'm from in Nacogdoches, these small towns and small communities all throughout Texas and Oklahoma and places that don't necessarily have a comedy venue, give them comedy shows.
Yeah.
Quality comedy shows. Like, make them feel like they were just at the best comedy club they've ever been to. And that whole idea simply came from, we all went through that pandemic, not so much here in Texas, but, other places. But, we went through the pandemic, and comedy, everybody was doing one thing. We were all sitting in our homes looking at our phones. That's what we do every day. Everybody just sits in their house, sits on their phone, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever you're doing. I don't care how long you scroll, you're going to see stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to scroll through and see stand-up comedy. So people are more familiar with it now than they've ever been.
Yeah.
So there's thousands of people in these small towns that have seen stand-up comedy and want to go see it, but might not necessarily want to drive to Dallas or Austin or go to like these huge cities. So I think it's cool that we can bring comedy to like small towns.
Yeah, I agree with that very much. That's why I like the model that Bill Martin has. William Martin. Have you seen any of his stuff? He's a Texas comic. Been doing it for 20 plus years. He'll go, a lot of these small towns have those old theaters still downtown, seat 250, 300 people. He'll go and do a town that's only got a population of 5,000 and do one of those little theaters and sell it out. But it's because he's bringing something to them that they don't normally get. And he's a phenomenal comic, too. I'm like, that's the other part of why he's coming out. So like you said, a quality show is being offered.
It would be really a shame for someone that's never seen a stand-up comedy show to go to one that's just, we've all been to ones that are not so great.
Yeah.
But those old theaters and like just cool venues, like I found that banquet hall in Nacogdoches. They use it for dinners and banquets and baby showers, and I was like, let's do a comedy show.
Right.
And the first show we did, we didn't sell out, but 55 seats, like in a town like Nacogdoches, and then in Mount Enterprise, which is middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Like, it's literally in between a bunch of bigger towns, but population not even like 1,200.
Yeah. Destination
location, people came out, we got asses in seats, and it was super dope.
There you go.
I mean, possibilities are endless, people. Hey, if you're not... This is the best quality audio for a podcast I've ever had.
100%. 100%.
If you ever wonder what it's like inside my brain.
Yeah. We've got a ukulele playing over there. We've got an extremely out-of-tune piano playing over there. So it's working out great, but this is what happens when you decide to try to shoot a little short short podcast in the middle of a comedy festival, which was the next thing I was going to ask you. Have you done any other festivals?
I was a part of the Mutiny Radio Comedy Festival in San Francisco.
Okay.
I was a part of putting all that on. I worked for Mutiny Radio while I was there. Mutiny Radio was a nonprofit radio station that we just did comedy on it all the time. It was a pirate radio on the internet. We did some wild stuff, but we did, I think it was 6 venues, like 40 different comics from all over the place. Just like, it's very similar to this, but we had multiple venues all across the town.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool because like we'd have people just traveling with us and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Smoking outside. You know, I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
One of them was at the dispensary I worked at, which was insane. Getting to smoke inside of a comedy show. And,
Right.
oh man, I made sure that one was extra fun. But
Yeah.
you know, like I think that's the biggest thing we're always just trying to do is just make an event. Dude.
Yeah.
So
That's it, and that's why and we wanted to do this festival, which is something that we had talked about for a long time, and we finally pulled the trigger on it. But we wanted to do a festival that was the most comic friendly it could be.
Exactly.
So that's the whole idea of this deal: is a network, meet these comics from all over, exchange information, do the best you can with that. I think every comic that's on this one. Even the ones I haven't met yet, just by watching their videos and kind of social media stalking them a little bit to see who they are, what they're about. They all seem like it seems like we got a great group of comics that are coming together for this already.
Yeah.
And then, we tried to put together some great merch with sponsors and stuff so that every comic gets some merch to take with them. And then obviously we hope that the crowd's here so that we get big audiences for the comics to run their sets in front of. So
we're trying our best out here. I'm just excited, dude. Like I can't wait to. I'm not even really ready for like wanting to do my sets. I just want to watch other people because I'm like, hey, I want you to come do my comedy shows. Like as a booker, like that's weird. Booking people now. But it's definitely cool to be here, man. Like, I'm really glad to see what y'all put on, and this venue is insane. If y'all haven't been to Los Trece, y'all should come check this out. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, Los Trece out here in early Texas. It's an old west town, middle of nowhere. They've shot commercials and movie pieces here because it's an old west thing, but it's awesome. So, Dakota,
Matt
I
rode a
appreciate
pig.
you coming. I did. I got bucked off a pig. But Dakota, I appreciate you sitting down with me for a little bit, man. We'll put together a full episode podcast sometime. Love to have you on. I love sitting and visiting with you, man.
I'll have you on mine soon. Trust me, my friend's an expert.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.